After days of soul-searching and self-reflection, he knew he had to make a bold move to express his remorse and commitment to her. He couldn't bear the thought of losing her, knowing that he had jeopardized their relationship through his own foolishness. One evening, he gathered his courage and decided to visit her apartment again. This time, he didn't bring flowers or pastries. Instead, he came with a letter he had spent hours crafting, pouring his heart out onto paper. In it, he detailed his deepest regrets, his realization of the magnitude of his mistake, and his unwavering love for her. He acknowledged the pain he had caused and expressed his determination to make things right, not just for her, but for their future together. Standing outside her door, he took a deep breath and knocked softly. When she opened it and saw him standing there, holding out the letter, she hesitated for a moment before stepping aside to let him in. They sat down in her living room, the atmosphere heavy with unspoken emotions. He handed her the letter, his hands trembling slightly. "Please read this," he said softly. "It's everything I want to say to you." She took the letter from him, her heart racing as she unfolded the pages. As she read his words, tears welled up in her eyes. His sincerity and vulnerability poured from every sentence, and she could feel the weight of his remorse. When she finished reading, she looked up at him. His eyes were filled with hope and fear, waiting for her response. "You mean every word of this?" she asked quietly, her voice barely above a whisper. He nodded earnestly. "Yes, I do. I know I've hurt you deeply, and I can't change the past, but I want to do everything I can to earn your forgiveness and rebuild our trust." She took a deep breath, feeling the turmoil of conflicting emotions inside her. "I want to believe you," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. "But it's so hard." "I understand," he said gently. "I don't expect you to forgive me right away. I just want you to know that I'm committed to proving myself to you. Every single day." They sat in silence for a while, the weight of their conversation hanging in the air. Finally, she spoke again, her voice firmer this time. "Actions speak louder than words," she said. "I need to see that you're serious about this." He nodded, determination etched on his face. "I'll show you," he promised. "I'll do whatever it takes." From that moment on, he dedicated himself to showing her through his actions that he was serious about making amends. He attended therapy regularly, not just for himself, but to understand how to be a better partner. He communicated openly and honestly, sharing his thoughts and feelings with her without reservation. He made a conscious effort to be there for her, supporting her in both big and small ways. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly, she began to see a change in him, not just in his words, but in his consistent actions and unwavering commitment. He didn't push her for forgiveness, but patiently earned it through his persistence and genuine effort to rebuild their trust. As time passed, she found herself letting go of some of the pain and beginning to believe in their future together once more. Their journey was far from over, and there were still challenges ahead. But with each passing day, they grew stronger as a couple, bound together by love, forgiveness, and the resilience to overcome even the most difficult of trials.